Princess Leora's claws sank into Queen Vayari's hand. She pointed down the sealed corridor. Evan. The child whispered, her voice a fragile thread amid the lockdown hum. Alarms throbbed through the palace veins, red lights pulsing like exposed arteries. Her daughter's wide eyes locked on the human slumped against the guardrail, wrists bound in restraint fields. Marshal Kreth's squad advanced, stun prods raised. "Halt the transfer," Vayari commanded. Her voice cut the air like a decree blade. "Kreeth, seal this corridor. No one moves." Kreth pivoted, his armored crest flaring. "My queen, protocol demands, now." Vayari stepped forward, Leora's hand still clutched in hers. The marshal barked orders. Bulkheads hissed shut behind them, trapping the squad in the dim tube. The human lifted his head. Dirt streaked his face, but his gaze stayed steady. He pushed to his knees. Both hands rose, palms empty and open to the guards. No weapons. No sudden moves. Vayari swept Leora behind her skirts. The princess peeked out, tail twitching. "State your name and purpose," Vayari demanded. Her crest ridges stiffened, scanning for threats. Humans disrupted systems. This one had breached the outer docks during the raid, uninvited, unexplained. "Evan Holt," he said. His voice rasped, low and even. "Systems tech." I fixed her toy. He nodded at Leora without staring. Leora squirmed free. "He did. My glowsphere broke." Evan made it spin again. "He's mine." Vayari's grip tightened on her daughter's shoulder. "Yours?" "Child, he's a stray from the void." "Kreth, report." The marshal stepped closer, prod humming. "Caught tampering with auxiliary controls, Majesty. Factions in the Outer Council demand surrender. They call him a saboteur. One human could unravel our grid." Leora stomped her foot. Claws scraped tile. "Liar." Evan shared his ration bar. "Said I was brave." Evan stayed knelt, hands out. A guard prodded his side. He didn't flinch. Sweat beaded on his brow, but he kept palms up. Vayari's mind raced. Court whispers had escalated since the border skirmishes. Humans punched through defenses with crude tools, adaptable, relentless. Shelter this one, and factions splintered her rule. Surrender him, and Leora's trust fractured. Wrists clashed with blood. "Caretaker Sen," Vayari called. The aide materialized from a side panel. Tablet glowing. Sen always anticipated. "Majesty." Sen bowed, eyes flicking to the human. "Power flux in Sector 3. Lockdown strained the nodes." Leora tugged Vayari's skirt. Evan knows nodes. He fixed the sphere's core. Kreth snorted. "Convenient. It breaches, tinkers. Bonds with royalty. Smells of infiltration." Evan met Vayari's gaze. "Check the logs." I logged every weld. Sen tapped her tablet. Holograms flickered. He's right. Time-stamped repairs on Leora's sphere. No overrides. Vayari waved Kreth back. "Release his wrists." Supervised. The marshal hesitated. "Majesty, do it." Restraints clicked off. Evan rubbed his arms but stayed low. Leora darted forward. She grabbed his sleeve. "See? Told you." Vayari's crest pulsed warning. Too fast. Too familiar. But the child's tail curled in joy. No fear sent. Alarms spiked. Lights dimmed. "Node failure," Sen said. "Backup failing." Kreth cursed. "Evacuate the queen." "No." Vayari pointed. "Human. You claim systems expertise?" Evan stood slowly, hands visible. "I can reroute." "Need access panel." Kreth blocked him. "He'll sabotage." Leora shoved the marshal's leg. "Let him." Blunt truth. "You're scared." The princess's honesty pierced. Vayari nodded. "Sen. Escort." Kreth. "Cover." They moved as a unit. Evan dropped to the grate, popped it with a multi-tool from his belt. Wires sparked. His fingers danced, splicing, clamping. No hesitation. Sen watched. Human hands, so precise without neural links. "Practice." Evan muttered. Power hummed back. Light steadied. Kreth lowered his prod. "Functional." Leora clapped. "My protector." Vayari knelt to her level. "Why him, little one?" He listened. Didn't laugh at my questions. Said families choose each other. Leora hugged Evan's arm. He patted her crest gently, routine as breathing. Factions pounded the bulkhead comms. "Queen Vayari, yield the threat." She ignored them. Evan rose, wiping hands. I'll leave, if ordered, just keeping her safe till then. Safe? The word echoed. Aliens guarded with hierarchies. Humans with this quiet resolve. Sen leaned in. Patterns match, Majesty. No malice in his logs. He rerouted dock power during the raid to shield the nursery wing. Leora beamed. See? Kreth shifted. Still a risk. Vayari stood tall. Risks we control. Evan Holt stays. Under my watch. The marshal saluted, reluctant. Bulkheads parted slightly. Guards reformed ranks around the human, not as prisoner, but shadow. Leora skipped ahead, pulling Evan. Show Mother your star stories. He glanced back, nodded once to Vayari. Humble, competent. She followed, crest easing. Trust budded, fragile as a node spark, but real. Corridor lights brightened fully. Whispers from the court grew, but her decision held. Sen fell in step. Shall I prepare quarters, Majesty? Yes, family wing. Leora whooped. Evan smiled faintly. Routine care, now royal. But as they turned the corner, a faction runner burst through. Ambassador's fleet, inbound. They demand the human's head. Vayari's claws flexed. Shelter or surrender. The true test loomed. Evan stepped between Leora and the runner, hands empty again, ready. Her heart crested. Perhaps this human's normal was her people's extraordinary. Evan wiped grease from his fingers as they entered the family wing. Leora chattered about glow spheres and void tales. Vayari watched him. No boasts. Just action. Caretaker Sen sealed the doors. Scans clear. Kreth posted outside. I'll verify his story myself. Good. Vayari turned to Evan. Why her? Strays don't claim princesses. He shrugged. She was alone in the vents. Crying over a toy. Ixed it. Stayed till she smiled. Simple. Routine. Leora tugged him to a console. Show the queen your ship tricks. Evan knelt again, accessed the display. Holograms spun. Human rigs. Jury-rigged from scrap. We adapt, he said. No perfect links, just hands and tries. Vayari leaned in. Alien tech wove neural symbiotes. Flawless but brittle. Humans brute-forced resilience, Sen noted. Your flux patch held under triple load. Our engineers need days. Teamwork, Evan said. You spotted the pattern. Leora yawned, curling on cushions. Evan draped a blanket, gentle, unasked. Vayari sat beside her daughter. The child's tail wrapped Evan's wrist in sleep, bonded, comm buzzed. Kreth, logs confirmed. He shielded us during raid. Took heat meant for the palace. Baxons howled outside. But proof stacked. Rest, Vayari told Evan. Tomorrow, you prove more. He nodded, lay on the floor mat, guarded the door without a word. Queen's caution cracked. This human treated protection like breath. Her people might learn from it. Dawn filters glowed. Leora woke. Leora bolted upright. Evan. Hungry. Her tail flicked, brushing his arm. Evan stirred from the floor mat. He sat up, eyes scanning the room first. Doors, vents, her. Vayari rose from her cushions. Trust simmered, but factions bayed for the human's head. Proof demanded isolation. Kreth, she commented. Secure interview chamber 3. Full disarm protocols. Kreth's voice crackled. On it, Majesty. Escort inbound. Minutes later, armored guards flanked the door. Leora clung to Evan's leg. No, leave him. Vayari scooped her daughter. He comes. Controlled. She led the way down crystal-lit corridors. Palace hummed. Servos whirring. Distant chants from council halls. Factions rallied. Expel the invader. Evan walked steady. No pleas. No boasts. Just matched her stride. Chamber doors hissed open. Sterile white walls. Neural scanners pulse blue. Central table gleamed under restraint fields. Kreth waited inside. Scanner wand raised. Arms out, human. Evan complied. Wand beeped over his frame. Skin, bones, no implants. Clear, Kreth grunted. He patted down pockets, pulled a multi-tool. Hazardous. Evan nodded. Keeps things running. Stowed. Kreth locked it in a field-sealed bin. Guards posted at exits. Sen slipped in last, datapad glowing. Vayari settled Leora on a boosted chair. Sat opposite Evan. Speak. Why infiltrate my palace? Claim my heir? She expected evasion. Deflections. Human spies spun webs in raids past. Evan leaned forward. Eyes locked hers. Disinfectant. Medkit. Now. Held up her palm. A scrape from vent grates. Oozing faint green. Vayari stiffened. Irrelevant. Her hand. Evan pointed. Infection sets fast here. Kit. Sen moved first. Fetched a sealed tray from wall dispenser. Sprays, gels, bandages. Neural symbiote patches for their kind. Evan took it calm. Popped the scrape clean with antiseptic mist. No flinch from Leora. She giggled at the fizz. He applied bonding gel. Wrapped a flex band. Tested grip. Good. Play safe next. Leora beamed. Fixed. Like toy. Vayari watched. Precise. No waste. Their medics chanted rites first. He just acted. Kreth shifted. Majesty? Full scan. Vayari ordered. Trace his entry route. Every log. Every shadow.
Kreth tapped his comm. Teams deploying.
Flux conduits first. He mentioned vents. Evan wiped hands on his jumpsuit. Pulled a stylus from... Wait. No tools left. He eyed the table console. Pad. Sen slid one over. Unlocked. Evan sketched fast. Station schematics bloomed. Primary hubs, power relays, outer docks, precise lines, no flourish. His finger stabbed a mark. Red hazard zone. Rift. Leak here. Breached during raid. Pulled Leora clear. Sealed it jury-rigged. Vayari leaned in. Neural overlays confirmed. Exact match to Palace Grid. Their engineers mapped that blind. Symbiotes rejected flux anomalies. Humans dove in. Triple-checked, she pressed. 4. He added vectors. Your patrols missed the surge pattern. I rerouted power through scrap shielding. Held. Sen cross-referenced. Confirmed. Load spikes diverted. Palace intact because of this. Kreth's comm buzzed. Scans live, Majesty. Human entered via maintenance crawl. Evaded 3 sensor nets. No alarms tripped. Avoided the rift by... He paused. This path. Vayari's crest flared. Routine for him. Impossible for them. Leora tugged her sleeve. See, Mama? Evan good. Protects. Factions hammered the outer doors now. Chants echoed. Surrender the threat. Advisors slipped memos. Surrender him. Appease the court. Secure the throne. Vayari weighed it. Shelter this stray? Or yield to fear? Evan met her gaze. No demand. Just waited. Blanket folded neat beside Leora. Floor mat still dented from his vigil. Another comm. Kreth. Marshal here? Rift seals failing again. Engineers scrambling. Vayari stood. Evan, show them. He rose. Lead. Corridors blurred. Alarms whooped soft. Protocol breach. Guards parted reluctant. Leora rode Vayari's shoulder, tail looping Evan's neck. Rift chamber reeked ozone. Walls buckled. Engineers huddled. Symbiotes glowing frantic. Flux spewed violet arcs. Evan dropped to knees. Scanned with borrowed scanner. Bypass here. He yanked panels. No tools. Used claws from a text kit. Wedged scrap plates. Humans called it a flux sandwich. Insulated layers. Brute force. Arcs stabilized. Hummed steady. Engineers gaped. Symbiote rejection at 80%. How? Layers, Evan said. Adapt. No perfect link, Sen nodded. His diagram predicted this surge. Kreth holstered his sidearm. He shielded the princess. Saved the east wing. Logs don't lie. Council burst in. Robes swirling, crests high. Lead advisor sneered. Majesty, the human manipulates proof. Vayari cut. He mends what we can't. Leora piped up. My Evan. Family. Advisor faltered. But protocols. Protocols bent for saviors. Vayari faced Evan. Stay. Prove daily. He shrugged. Already do. Factions grumbled, but retreated. Back in chambers, Leora napped, hand perfect. Evan checked vents, adjusted a loose grate. Routine. Vayari watched from throne dais. Caution lingered, but cracks widened. This human guarded like breath. Her people needed that grit. Sen approached soft. Council reconvenes dawn. They demand vote. Let them. Viari's tail brushed Leora's. He'll tip it. Evan knelt by the princess, adjusted her blanket. Guarded sleep. Dawn neared. A shadow flickered in the outer feeds. Scout drone, Kreth tensed. Evan spotted it first. Incoming probe. Viari's console lit. Jam it. He grinned faint. Better. Redirect. Her choice loomed. Shelter him, or lose the bond her daughter forged. Queen Viari's claws clicked on the console. Council. Breach confirmed. Enemy drone infiltrated East Wing feeds at first light. Robbed advisors surged into the chamber. Crests flared high. The lead faction enforcer, Lord Thalix, thrust his staff forward. Majesty, this proves it. The human's presence invites sabotage. Extradite Evan Holt now. Show control. Viari's tail lashed once. She scanned the holodisplay. The drone's path looped through palace vents. Evan's domain. Kreth stood rigid at her side. Sidearm ready. Sen hovered near the back, datapad glowing. Logs first, Viari said. Marshal. Kreth activated the projection. Feeds replayed, shadow darting past grates. Evan knelt by Leora's blanket. Eyes snapping up. His hand flew to a panel. Wires rerouted. The drone veered, slammed into a dead-end shield. Sparks died. Redirected, Kreth grunted. Human anticipated the vector. No alarm raised. Thalix sneered. Convenient. He plants these fixes to play hero. Protocols demand isolation of off-world threats. Murmurs rippled. Crests bobbed in agreement. Viari's gaze flicked to Evan. He stood quiet in the chamber's edge, toolkit slung low. No boasts. Just a nod to Kreth. Sen stepped forward. Patterns, Majesty. Humans' diagrams predicted 3 surges last cycle. Symbiote flux stabilized at 92%. Our engineers confirm. Layered insulation. Brute. Effective. Symbiote rejection dropped. Thalix barked. Lies. He disrupts our links. Evan shifted. Viari caught his eye. Steady. No flinch. Test it, she commanded. A tech scubbled forward, symbiote vial in claw. Injected into a relay. Hollow hummed clean, no arcs. Council gasped. Thalix's crest flattened. Trickery. Doors seal. Viari ordered. Witness the human's routine. Evan knelt by a loose grate. Same as last night. Pliers clicked. Flux layers sealed tighter. Relay purred. Kreth holstered fully. He shielded the princess. East Wing stands because of this. Thalix pounded his staff. Royal control crumbles. Surrender him, or factions withdraw support. Your throne bleeds for one soft skin. Viari's spines prickled. Risk tallied. Daughter's hand healed. Palace stable. But fear spread like void plague. Her people demanded proof. Chamber doors hissed. Tiny claws pattered. Princess Leora marched in. No attendants trailed. Her small crest bobbed defiant. She bypassed robes, straight to Evan. Leora! Viari snapped.
Chamber restricted.
The princess ignored her, plopped beside Evan. Grabbed his hand. My Evan. Family. No take. Gasps echoed. Thalix recoiled. Outrage. Child meddles. Silence. Viari rose. Leora's blunt gaze locked on hers. No fear. Pure claim. Evan didn't pull away. Knelt lower. Adjusted her slipped headband. Routine. Like breath. Viari's tail stilled. Memories flashed. Leora's screams from symbiote burn. Evan's hand steady. Layers wrapping the wound. No hesitation. Council, she declared. Royal custody law. Clause 7. Protected witness to palace threats. Evan Holt stays. Under my guard. Thalix surged. You claim him? Over protocols? Protocols serve the crown. Viari's voice cut steel. He mends breaches you ignore. Leora bonds true. Test loyalty daily. Or challenge me direct. Kreth blocked Thalix's advance. Sidearm gleamed. Sen tapped his pad. Resources shifted. Guards doubled. Leora tugged Evan's sleeve. See? Family wins. Evan ruffled her crest. Soft. Routine. Thalix faction grumbled. Crests low. They filed out. Staffs dragging. Viari exhaled. Caution clung, but Leora's hand in his. Perfect, unscarred. Widened the crack. Chamber cleared. Kreth lingered. Factions probe deeper, Majesty. That drone carried faction sigils, expected. The Yari beckoned Evan closer. Leora clung between them. Prove again. Vents to core. He nodded. Toolkit opened. Lead. They moved as unit. Leora skipped ahead, chattering. Evan fix all, Mama see. The Yari followed. Watched his scan. Loose flux node ahead. Pliers ready before beep. Sen joined silent. Council vote delayed. Your claim holds for now. Kreth scanned halls. Perimeter tight. Humans redirects bought time. Deeper in, alarms flickered. New surge. Symbiote cascade. Tech scrambled. Evan dropped to knees. Layers first. Insulated wraps deployed. Arcs tamed. Techs stared. 80% rejection baseline, now 5%. The Yari's spines eased. His normal, extraordinary. Her people linked fragile. His brute force bridged. Leora hugged his leg. Told you. Back in core chamber, Veare sealed the door. Leora yawned. Blanket claimed. Evan checked her vents again. Great. Secured. Kreth posted outside. Rest, Majesty. I'll watch feeds. Sen slipped away. Resources moved unseen. Veare sank to dais. Watched Evan kneel by Princess. Guarded sleep. No words needed. Caution lingered. But trust budded. Daughter's choice. Hers now. Console pinged. Incoming transmission. Thalix's seal. Faction ultimatum. Holt or alliance fractures. Theari's claw hovered. Accept or defy? Evan glanced up. Spotted the ping. Redirect that too? She met his eyes. Grinned faint. Yes. We adapt. Leora murmured in sleep. Family. Council whispers grew. A scout drone hummed beyond outer shields. Bolder now. Kreth's voice crackled. Multiple signatures. Factions mobilize. Veare stood. Evan rose beside her. Toolkit ready. Her decision solidified. Shelter him. Forge the bond. But drones multiplied. Hull breach imminent. Jam fields up, she ordered. Evan shook head. Better. Flux trap. Together, they worked. Layers built. Drones lured in. Sparks bloomed. Kreth burst in. It worked. 5 down. Talix's voice boomed over comms. Treachery. We come for the human. Veare faced the hollow. Come, witness. Loyalty. Leora woke, clapped. My family fights. Evan shrugged. Routine. Veare's tail brushed his arm. Trust sealed. But factions closed. Core shields groaned. New breach vector, Queen's private vault. With me, she said. They charged. Daughter's protector, her shield now. Vault doors buckled. Figures in shadowed robes pried. Thalix's elite. Kreth fired first. Bolts scorched. Evan flanked. Toolkit improvised. Flux grenade. Layers overloaded on contact. Enforcers spasmed. Symbiotes rejecting. Thalix lunged through smoke. Staff raised at Veare. Leora screamed. Evan shoved forward. Took the blow. Staff grazed shoulder. No cry. Pliers jammed the haft. Kreth cuffed him down. Thalix snarled. Monster! Veare's bolt ended it. Savior. Medics swarmed. Evan's wound bound. Human flesh tough. No symbiote needed. Leora hugged tight. My Evan's safe. Council feeds broadcast live. Factions watched. Crests dropped. Sen reported. Support surges. Your claim vindicated. Veare knelt by Evan. You shielded her. Again. Routine, he said. Quiet. She nodded. Caution gone. Trust full. But Hollow pinged anew. Off-world signal. Human origins. Evan's past calling. Queen Veare shoved open the buckled nursery doors. Twisted metal groaned. Guards flanked Evan Holt, their stunners humming at his back. The human walked steady, toolkit slung over one shoulder, her cautious concession. Sparks hissed from exposed conduits. Royal engineers knelt amid the wreckage. Scanners beeping futile warnings. Crib clusters flickered, life support dimming. Tiny forms stirred inside, alien younglings mewling faintly. Progress? Veare demanded. Lead engineer Thalor rose, crest flattened in shame. Matrix overload, Majesty. Flux surges block reroutes, one wrong pulse, and the whole wing vents. Veare's tail coiled tight. Factions whispered for the human's head already. Treachery in the palace depths. Nursery sabotaged. Shelter this off-worlder or yield to court fear. Leora tugged her robe from a side alcove, eyes locked on Evan. Evan, fix, the princess declared. Blunt, unyielding, guards shifted. Marshal Kreth loomed at Veari's side, mandible clicking. Engineers speak truth. Prisoner risks more damage. Evan scanned the panel. No flinch. Hand me the multimeter. Thaler hesitated. Veari nodded once. A guard slapped the tool into Evan's palm. Restraints stayed on, loose enough for work, tight for control. He knelt by the main conduit. Wires pulsed erratically. Symbiote linings frayed. Evan pried a junction box. His fingers danced. Probe here, twist there. No words. Just motion. Veari watched. Precise. No waste. Alien tech baffled her best. This human treated it like routine. A low hum built. Lights stabilized. Crib clusters bloomed green. Life support full. Younglings quieted. Breathing steady. Engineers gaped, crests rising. Thalor stammered. Impossible. He bypassed the flux without recalibrating. Evan stood. Wiped his hands. Rerouted through auxiliary. Stable now. Leora clapped. See? My Evan! Veari's scales prickled. Competence. Humble. Her daughter chose well. Kreth barked orders. Sweep the wing, traps likely. His squad advanced, boots thudding. Evan's eyes narrowed. Wait. Kreth whirled. Human stand down. Evan pointed. Pressure plate there. Step wrong. Seals blow. Vents everything. Kreth froze mid-stride. Scanners confirmed. A hair trigger mesh, invisible to standard sweeps. His enforcers backed off. Veari leaned in. You see it? Evan shrugged. Tool marks off. Flux residue patterns. He knelt again. Toolkit open. Pliers snipped a bypass wire. Plate powered down with a click. Kreth grunted approval. Rare. Saved my squad. Caretaker Sen slipped from shadows. Data slate glowing. Path clear ahead, Majesty. But responders need markers. Debris shifts. Veari waited. Authorize the human? Factions circled, but Cribs breathed. Traps disarmed. Lead the protocol, she said to Evan. Mark paths. Guards watch every move. Evan nodded. No boast. Pulled glow strips from his kit. Started at the doors. Peel. Stick. Test. They moved deeper. Veari followed, tail brushing debris. Evan paused at junctions. Safe left. Right forks trap. Strips glowed blue for clear, red for hazard. Sen redistributed aids. Teams inbound. Your paths save ours. Kreth's sweep cleared rooms. No more saboteurs. Yet. Engineers trailed Evan now, copying his marks. Leora tugged Evan's sleeve. You protect babies, like me. Routine, he murmured, ruffled her crest gently. Veari's chest tightened, this human shielded without demand. Her caution cracked. Daughter's family, perhaps? A youngling cooed from a restored crib. Veari lifted it, soft scales, eyes wide. Alive because of him, council feeds buzzed in her earpiece. Majesty, factions rally. Surrender the threat! She ignored, watched Evan kneel for another panel. Sparks died under his touch. Responders poured in following his strips. Palace hummed back to life. Kreth clapped Evan's shoulder. Brief, soldier to soldier. Good work. Sen reported soft. Support shifts, Majesty. Whispers call him ally. Veari knelt by Leora. He earns it. Princess beamed. Told you, but alarms blared anew. Hollow panel flickered in the nursery core. Off-world signal. Encrypted, pulsing. Evan stiffened, stared. Veari's tail lashed. Source? Human band, he said quiet. Old codes. Guards raised stunners. Kreth growled. Treachery confirmed? Leora clutched Evan's leg. No! Family. Veari faced the hollow. Her choice now, trust sealed or shatter. Evan pulled his toolkit close. Better check it. She nodded. With me. They plunged toward the signal. Factions closed in. Daughter's protector. Palace shield. Deeper corridors twisted. Veari led, Evan at flank. Leora rode her shoulder, tiny claws gripping. Hollow bloomed full. Thalix's face, faction lord. Yield the monster, Veari, or we take the core. Kreth burst from side passage, ambush prepped. Flux traps live. Evan shook head. Better. Flux trap. He knelt, toolkit out. Layers built fast, wires looped, drones baited from vents, sparks bloomed. 5 drones down, writhing. Kreth grinned. It worked. Thalix's voice boomed over calms. Treachery. We come for the human. Veari faced the hollow. Come. Witness loyalty.
Leora woke fully.
Clapped. My family fights. Evan shrugged. Routine. Veari's tail brushed his arm. Trust. Sealed. Core shields groaned. New breach. Queen's private vault. With me, she commanded. They charged. Vault doors buckled under prying tools. Shadowed robes. Thalix's elite. Kreth fired first. Bolts. Scorched walls. Evan flanked. Toolkit improvised. Flux grenade. Layers overloaded. Enforcers spasmed. Symbiotes rejecting overload. Thalix lunged through smoke. Staff raised at Veari. Leora screamed. Evan shoved forward, took the blow. Staff grazed shoulder. No cry. Pliers jammed the haft. Kreth cuffed Thalix down. Monster! Thalix snarled. Veari's bolt ended it. Clean. Medics swarmed. Evan's wound bound. Human flesh knit fast. No symbiote needed. Leora hugged tight. My Evan safe. Council feeds broadcast live. Actions watched. Crests dropped in defeat. Sen reported. Support surges. Your claim vindicated. Veari knelt by Evan. You shielded her. Again. Routine, he said. Quiet. She nodded. Caution gone. Trust full. But Holo pinged a new, off-world signal. Human origins. Evan's eyes sharpened. Past calling. Princess Leora yanked Evan's wrist toward the garden archway. Petals scattered under her bare feet. Hurry. Bond now. Queen Veari's claws clicked on stone as she followed. Her tail lashed once, too fast. Her daughter moved too fast with this off-worlder. Evan Holt. The human systems tech. Quiet. Competent. But unknown. Leora stopped at the ritual circle. Mossy stones formed a spiral under starlight vines. She knelt, pulling Evan down. Sit cross-leg. Like this. Her small hands traced the first glyph in dew-kissed earth. Evan mirrored her exactly. His knees folded precise. No hesitation. Permission to trace second glyph? Leora giggled. Yes. Touch dirt. Veari halted at the circle's edge. Shadows hid her guards. Marshal Kreth flanked left, his enforcer stance rigid. Caretaker Sen hovered right, datapad glowing soft. They waited her signal. Evan's finger dipped into soil. He drew the curve flawless. Symbiote lights in Leora's skin pulsed brighter. Good. Now Vine.
She plucked the starlight tendril. Held it out.
Permission to accept? Evan's voice stayed even. No eagerness. Routine. Leora thrust it into his palm. Weave crown. For family. He nodded. Fingers worked the vine into a loop. Tight. Even. No thorns pricked him. Human skin tough. No symbiote to heal. Veari stepped forward. Gravel crunched. Stop. Her voice cut air like a decree. Leora froze. Vine half-woven. She looked up, eyes wide. Mama. Almost done. Evan released the vine. Hands open on knees. He met Veari's gaze. Silent. This is no game, daughter. Veari signaled Kreth. Witnesses. Record all. Kreth activated his holo badge. Red light swept the circle. Sen tapped her pad. Feeds linked to council chambers. Factions watched now. Live. Leora scrambled up. Claws dug into Evan's sleeve. It is Bond. My choice. Veari knelt to her level. Precise. Controlled. Child Bond invokes law. Article 47. Royal progeny selects guardian. Binding. Irrevocable. She turned to Evan. Human. You understand? Evan nodded once. Heard the words. Yes. Veari's tail coiled tight. Risk assessment. Human shielded Leora from drone swarm yesterday. Fixed palace nets without pay. But factions whispered. Offworlder. No symbiote. Threat vector. Leora tugged harder. Evan my protector. Vow it. Evan spoke clear. I protect Leora, as family. Council feeds buzzed. Hollow chatter spiked. Vayari's earpiece hummed. Queen, the tech altered core protocols. Unvetted. Kreth growled low. Procedures demand quarantine. Sen leaned in. Patterns show loyalty. Drone logs confirm. Vayari ignored them, focused on Leora. Her daughter's crest flared defiant. Blunt, honest, forcing hands. Mama, say words. Leora stamped foot. Dirt flew. Vayari recited formal, by spiral and vine guardian claims duty. Queen witnesses, or denies. Claims, Leora shouted, louder than throne room echoes. She snatched the royal token from her neck, a crystal shard pulsing Queen's lineage, slammed it into Evan's palm, closed his fingers around it. Crystal warmed, bond sealed. Hollow feeds captured every glint. Vayari's breath caught. Legal now, political. Factions couldn't unmake it. Token transfer bound him to Palace. To Leora, her choice elevated him, shelter him, or betray her daughter. Kreth stiffened. Majesty, surrender him. Court demands. Council chamber erupted on split holo. Crests flashed opposition. Human threat! Expel! Leora clutched Evan's leg. No. My family. Evan stayed still. Token heavy in fist. He didn't grip back. Waited. Vayari rose slow. Tail brushed Evan's arm. Test. He didn't flinch. Marshal.
Stand down. Kreth's mandibles clicked.
Risk. Calculated. Vayari faced Holo. Witness the bond. Human serves, or challenge me. Silence fell. Crests dimmed. One by one. Sen smiled faint. Resources shifted. His quarters secured. Leora beamed, jumped into Evan's lap. See? Family fights. Evan patted her crest gentle. Permission granted? First. She laughed. Vayari watched. Human treated care routine. Extraordinary, but feeds lingered. Whispers grew. He fixed what symbiotes can't. Flux anomalies. Vayari dismissed Holo. Turned to Evan. Token stays. Prove it earned. He nodded. Pocketed crystal. Rose with Leora on hip. Easy strength. No strain. Garden quieted. Vines glowed approval. Kreth saluted crisp. Procedures. Adapt. Sen nodded. Patterns align. Vayari led them back. Decision made. Shelter, for now. Palace halls hummed. Servants bowed deeper. Leora chattered vows. Evan listened. Responded minimal. Council petition pinged. Factions rallied. Test him. Public trial. Vayari deleted it. Caution held, but trust budded. Next dawn, alarms wailed. Drone breach. Perimeter. Leora woke screaming. Evan! He bolted from guest quarters. Toolkit slung. Vayari met him hall. Armed guards flanked. With me, she thrust plasma rifle. Handle fit her claws, not his hand. Evan took toolkit instead. Flux trap. Routine. They charged vents. Drones swarmed. Thalix faction mods spiked. Kreth fired bolts. 2 down. Evan knelt. Wires looped fast. Baited from shadows. Sparks bloomed. 5 writhed. Kreth grinned. It worked. Leora's voice piped. My family. Vayari's tail brushed Evan again. Intentional. Trust built. Core shields groaned. New breach. Private vault. Charge. Vayari commanded. Vault buckled. Shadow robes. Thalix elite. Kreth fired. Evan flanked. Flux grenade. Enforcers. Spasmed. Thalix lunged. Daff at Vayari. Leora screamed. Evan shoved. Took blow. Pliers jammed haft. Kreth cuffed. Vayari's bolt ended it. Medics bound Evan's graze. Human knit fast. Council watched live. Crests dropped. Sen reported. Support surges. Vayari knelt. You shielded. Routine. Caution gone. Hollow pinged. Off-world. Human sig. Evan's eyes sharpened. Vayari gripped token chain. Now hers too. Past calls. We answer together. Leora clapped. Family fights. Trust full. Bond unbreakable. Faction silenced. Palace secure. But signal strengthened. Human origins. Evans passed. New risk. Vayari stood. Prepare shuttle. Evan nodded. Protector. Family. Ready. Queen Viari's claws clicked against the throne room dais. Scheduled a procession for dawn. Red full public route through the Grand Plaza. Caretaker Sen bowed low, his frills fluttering. As you command, Majesty. Banners and floats prepared. Marshal Kreth stepped forward, staff rigid. Risk assessment, elevated. Thalix whispers grow louder since the vault breach. Viari's tail lashed once, precisely why we move. Conspirators hide in shadows. Flush them into the light. Princess Leora tugged Evan's sleeve beside the throne. Evan comes too? My protector? Evan knelt to her eye level, toolkit clipped to his belt. If the queen says so. Viari watched him. The human's graze from last night had already scabbed, faster than any Zephyrin. Routine, he called it. Her crests twitched. You walk with Leora. Central float. No arguments. Evan nodded. No boast, just readiness. Dawn broke sharp over the spires. Viari led from the palace gates, her hover throne gliding smooth. Crowds pressed to barriers, crests raised in cheers, tails waving. Leora rode the float ahead, giggling as Evan steadied her perch. Kreth's enforcers flanked the route, plasma staffs humming. Sen murmured from Viari's side. Crowd density optimal. Patterns show Thalix sympathizers in the east quadrant. Good. Viari gripped her scepter. Goal. Draw the strike. Force their hand before they regrouped. The off-world signal pulsed in her vault. Evans passed, but factions threatened now. Chants swelled. Viari. Eternal crest, a shout pierced the din. Human filth. Traitor to the blood. Viari's eyes snapped east. Figures shoved through the mob. Robes marked with Thalix spikes. One raised a spike thrower. Crowd surged. Panic rippling. Screams erupted. Leora shrieked. Evan. Evan scooped her behind his body in one fluid motion. He backed toward a maintenance alcove, toolkit already open. The princess clung to his leg, wide-eyed. Viari's throne lurched forward. Kreeth! Secure the float! Kreth barked orders. Enforcers charged the attackers, but the crowd bottlenecked them. The lead Thalix sighted down his thrower, spike gleamed. Evan yanked a barrier panel free, maintenance hatch for vent repairs. He slammed it up as cover. The spike whined past, embedding in stone. Another assailant flanked left, thrower charging. Evan scanned, grabbed a fire suppressant canister from the alcove rack. Routine check item. He depressed the trigger. White foam exploded in a choking cloud, blinding the shooter's aim. The spike veered wide, sparking against the float's edge. Leora whimpered. Bad ones. Stay low. Evan's voice stayed even. He wedged the panel tighter, shielding her completely. Foam hissed, buying seconds. Viari's heart throned. The human moved like he planned for chaos daily. No panic. Just tools and position. Kreth's team broke through. Plasma bolts cracked. 2 attackers dropped. Spasming, the foam shooter fled into the mob, but Sen's aides herded him back, nets deploying. Viari leaped from her throne. Arrest them all! Instigators and bystanders who aided. Kreth saluted, cuffs snapping on the captured. Done, Majesty. 7 secured. Crowd hushed as Viari climbed the float. Leora peeked out, then hugged Evan's waist. Evan lowered the panel, foam residue dusting his shoulders. Viari faced the plaza, crest high. These traitors sought to fracture us. They failed. Cheers reignited, tentative then roaring. She turned to Evan. His eyes met hers. Calm, assessing escape routes still. You shielded my daughter. Again. Routine. He clipped the canister back. No claim for glory. Leora's tail wrapped his leg. Told you. Family. Viari signaled Kreth, grant him temporary royal protection status. Full escort, official. Kreth's frills stiffened. Majesty, procedures require council vote. Now, her voice cut steel. He earned it in blood and foam. Kreth bowed. It is done. Sen approached, datapad glowing. Holos captured every angle. Public support spikes 30%. Thalix cells exposed. Viari nodded. The trap sprung clean. Conspirators named under interrogation by noon. But her gaze lingered on Evan. The human knelt again, wiping Leora's crest clean of dust. Gentle, unfazed. Marshal, she said low, double his quarters guard, and prep a secure line to that off-world signal. Kreth grunted assent. Leora beamed up at Evan. You blocked the bad spike, like a wall. Evan ruffled her frill. Just physics. Foam disperses projectiles. Vayari's tail brushed his arm. Intentional, like in the hull breach. Trust solidified in action, yet caution lingered. Court factions watched. Surrender him? No. Shelter him, yes. But the signal, back in the palace, council chamber buzzed. Hollow feeds replayed the foam blast. Crests dropped in awe. Advisor Thalix Proxy sneered. A human saves the princess? Coincidence. He draws the threats. Vayari silenced them with a claw. He ends them. Debate over. Sen slipped her a token, Ev's chain link, now etched with Zephyrin runes. He accepted the mark, Majesty, during med scan. Her claws closed around it, warm from his skin. Leora dragged Evan to the side chamber. Show Queen your fix tricks. Evan chuckled soft. Later, kiddo. Shuttle prep first? Vayari entered then. The signal strengthens. Your past? Evan straightened. Old crew. Might be trouble. Kreth loomed in the door. My enforcers go with. No, Vayari decided. Family goes, together. Leora's eyes lit. Yes. Evan met her gaze. No protest, just a nod. But as they moved to the bays, Sen pinged urgent. Majesty, interrogation yields more. Thalix bought human tech. Traced to Evan's old ship signature. Vayari froze. Her protector, tied deeper. Trust tested anew. Evan paused, toolkit humming open. I know that mod. Let me... A shuttle alarm wailed. Incoming vessel, armed. Bearing his sig. The real threat docked. Queen Vayari's claw struck the tribunal dais. Seal the bays. Kreth, deploy enforcers. Evan Holt knelt beside Princess Leora. Toolkit braced against shuttle vibrations. The incoming vessel's clamps thudded home. His sig pulsed on every holofeed. Old crew markings. Thalix's purchase confirmed. Kreth's crest flared. Majesty. The human's ties run deep. Surrender him now. Leora clutched Evan's arm. No. He fixed it. Vayari silenced them with a raised claw. Private tribunal. No factions, just evidence. She activated the chamber seal. Hollow records flickered to life. Phone blast dispersal. Evan's dive. Leora's rescue. Then, interrogation logs. Thalix's bribes. Ship mods traced to Evan's past employer. Not his command. Recorded. Thalix acted alone, Vayari declared. Charges against Holt dismissed. Evan exhaled, eyes on Leora. He ruffled her frill gently. Routine care. Kreth growled. The vessel bears arms. His sig invites it. Evan stood. Let me scan it. I know those mods. Vayari weighed it. Risk control defined her rule. Shelter the human or yield to fear. She nodded to Kreth. Escort, no contact. Enforcers swarmed the bay feeds. The vessel hatch hissed open. 2 humans stumbled out. Ragged, collared. Thalix's mercenaries, signal jacked. Evan leaned into the hollow. Override code Delta 7. 9. Purge the sig. The collars sparked. Mercs dropped, neutralized. Zephyrin enforcers secured them. Kreth's mandibles clicked. Efficient. But coincidence? Pattern. Caretaker Sen interjected from the side panel. She slid a data crystal forward. Holt's fixes match no Thalix tech. He blocks it. Vayari's gaze locked on Evan. Quiet competence. No boasts. Her daughter's protector. She extended a claw. Rise, Holt. Formal offer. Household tech and guardian. Limits clear. Report to Kreth daily. Oversight by Sen. No solo actions. Evan met her eyes. Steady. Accepted. With terms. Kreth bristled. Negotiate with an outsider? Leora bounced. Yes! Evan smart. Vayari tilted her head. Bold. Human normal. Speak. Training first, Evan said. Leora learns basics. Shields, evac protocols, not just protected. Leora's eyes widened. Me fix things? Team effort, Evan added. Safety upgrades. Palace nodes hardened against my old SIGs. Full audit. Bessa nodded. Already pinging tech crews. And? Evan pressed, voice low. Leora keeps her choices. She picked me. Honor that. Vayari's frill tightened. Control risk. But Leora tugged her claw. Blunt honesty pierced. Mama, he's family. Like the chain. The etched link warmed in Veari's grip. Evan's mark accepted. Kreth shifted. Procedures. Adapt, Veari cut in. Agreed. Sign the seal. Evan pulled a compact reader from his toolkit. Papers glowed. Household bond. Cross-species clause. Zephyrin runes intertwined with human script. Veari hesitated. Banish him. Safety. Sign trust. Factions watched feeds. Her claw hovered. Leora grabbed both their hands. Small claws firm. Together. Evan's grip steady. Warm. No push. Just wait. Veari pressed her clawprint. Seal locked. Hollow flared royal blue. Kreth saluted. Enforcers stand ready. Asen smiled faintly. Quarters prepped. Come. Come. Show fix tricks in my room. Veari followed. Evan at her side. Family quarters sealed behind. No turning back. But as the door Irished shut, Sen's ping whispered private. Majesty. Dalek's proxy rallies. One last play. Veari's claw closed on the chain. Trust tested. Again. Evan knelt by Leora's toy shuttle, toolkit open. Watch this, kiddo. Twist here, locks the thruster. Leora mimicked. Frill perked. Like your ship? Simpler, he said. Yours flies true. Veari watched from the threshold. Precise movements, no waste. Her people excelled in harmony weaves, fleet sinks, crest bonds, humans, individual grit, foam blasts, sig purges. Routine to him. Kreth entered, reporting low. Mercs talk. Thalix sought Holt's codes for a bigger hit. Core palace grid. Evan paused, scanner humming. He won't get them. Leora hugged Evan's leg. My protector. Veari stepped closer. Why accept the mark? Risky for you. Evan shrugged, soldering a node. She's family. Seals it. Sen arrived with trays, nutrient packs. Human compatible. Patterns align, Majesty. His upgrades cut breach risks 30%. Kreth grunted. Procedures approve. Veari sat, accepting a pack. Leora climbed between them, chattering. Evan teaches Mama too, he chuckled. One step. Warmth spread, not control. Partnership. Hours blurred. Evan hardened the quarter's shields. Leora drilled evac paths, giggling at mock runs. Kreth tested perimeters. Sen rerouted power flows. Veari observed. Cautious queen, now. Guardian mother. Human folded in, seamless. Night cycle dimmed lights. Leora yawned, curled on her pallet. Evan tucked the cover. Routine. Veari lingered. Sleep here? Her choice, he said. Near. She nodded. Seal bound them. But dawn feeds buzzed. Thalix's faction broadcast. Human infiltrator confirmed. Sig-proof. Kreth burst in. Counter? Evan's toolkit snapped shut. Already tracing. Veari stood. Banish or claim, she chose. Family stands. She broadcast empire-wide. Holt sealed. Threats, end. Leora stirred, smiling. Trust built, found. Yet the proxy's signal spiked. Incoming proxy drone. Armed, locked on quarters. Evan moved first. Shields up. Veari's claw gripped her daughters. Decision sealed. Battle joined.